Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I am just gonna give everybody a minute to trickle in. And while they're doing that, please go right ahead in the chat and let me know where you are streaming in from. I'd greatly appreciate that. Hello, hello. And I'm not seeing any comments. I do appreciate everybody finding us again. We had a bit of an incident yesterday. But anyway, here we are. Let us give folks yet another minute to trickle in, and then we get started. Where is everybody coming in from? Do I have any folks from South Africa? I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm originally from South Africa, and I've globetrotted until I set sail here in Michigan. So any South Africans out there, woohoo! And any Michiganders, hello. And hey, what about Texas? What about Texas? I'm bringing my work to Texas over the summer, guys. So I very much would like to connect with you. Hey, I see Kristen. Yay, Kristen is here from Michigan, a very good friend of mine. Anybody else? I think everybody is gonna trickle in, but we have a very tight ship to run today. So we're gonna have to get started. Hello, everybody. Those people who don't know me, my name is Dr. Kutso Madubanya. I'm the founder of Dance with Change. My work centers on the human dynamics of change. I try to understand how people make sense of change, how they find themselves, their identity, their expectations within change. And I work with leaders and teams, helping them navigate change with less fear and more clarity, and most certainly a sense of agency. Hey, I see Afia from South Africa. Welcome, Dumelang. Everybody, I'm so excited. Guys, I am very passionate about today's topic, and thank you so much for spending your time with me. I'm very passionate about today's topic, which is the cost of being the strong one. And while this conversation, which honors Women's History Month in the United States, while it centers around women's experiences, I do have to declare this is actually gender neutral. I find this is very common amongst high achievers, very strong personalities, regardless of how they identify gender-wise. So if you're a man and listening in later, or you don't identify as a woman, you're listening now or later, you're in the right place. I'm hoping you'll find this conversation insightful. And why do I care so much about this? Well, if you know me, disclaimer, I am that girl. I really am. I am one of those go-getters, fixer-uppers. When something needs to get done, it's already done over here, right? If anything needs to be fixed, done. And if anything needs to be carried, I'll carry mine, and I'll even carry other people's. In the chat, let me know if what I just described resonate with you. Do you regard yourself? Do you consider yourself a strong personality? Just type in me if that's you. Just type in me. Let's see. Let's see if I'm in good company here. Any strong personalities out there? Yep, I feel like I'm in good company here. Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys. You make me feel better. I know I'm not the only crazy one here. And so as I said, we're going to try and run a really tight ship today. We're going to stick with the 30 minutes that I promised, because I know we all have a million things to do. And before you go towards the end, I'm going to share with you a practical framework that I hope you'll find helpful in, to apply whenever the title of being the strong one gets heavy. Now, what is the real cost of being the strong one, really? I see a fear. Say me, yeah. What is the real cost of being the strong one? Any thoughts? Okay, I'm gonna go first. Do you find that you end up doing everything? Yeah, we end up doing everything because we get delegated everything. We're the capable ones, right? It's as if we don't have feelings. We're the ones that have traditionally done everything, so everything gets dumped on us. We get to fix everybody's problems. We get to, here's the kicker, we even want to do things on our own, right? And what is wrong with that? Has anyone reached a point where I reached? Is anyone tired? Is anyone really tired of being the strong one all the time? Give me a thumbs up, or a me, or a heart, or something, if that's you. Just tired of being the strong one all the time. Everything gets dumped on you because you're capable. Yep, I see my folks on Facebook are giving me thumbs up. No, this is really, I'm glad. I'm glad this is resonating, folks. Well, that is me and that was me. A little bit about me. A few years ago, I woke up with all areas of my life imploding because I was the strong one. I was parenting alone because I was just too proud to do it any other else. Okay, that's a long story. Okay, but my pride was a big part of it. Anybody got the pride issues? We don't ask, we don't balk, we don't admit, we especially don't ask, right? There I was parenting alone because I had the pride. There I was with no support structure. Hey, I'd always been self reliant. So it never occurred to me that I might one day need support. And here's the real kicker, folks, I was afraid to ask for help. Any folks in here hate asking for help? Oh, you'd be surprised. I always, as I was doing research for my book, I was shocked at how many strong personalities, irrespective of gender, hate asking for help. If that's you, give me a heart in the chat. I'd love to know. That's amazing. I'm really, really glad. Well, I'm glad that we're having a frank conversation about this, right? Let's be real, guys. Let's just call it what it is. I know we're strong. We got some affronts. We have some reputations to preserve, but I'm here. This is a conversation. Let's just call it what it is, right? I hate asking for help. And I hate delegating too, because I just think it goes faster. But now, how did we get here? Let's just start there first. And there's Afia say, preaching to the choir. Amen, Afia. I got you. But let's step back a little bit. How did we get here? How did we get to a place where our plates are replete, our plates are full, and we're afraid to ask for help? We don't. It's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? Well, I got a theory. See if this sits with you, how well that sits with you. We live in societies that praise us for being the strong ones. Hey, get out there and be independent, right? Get out there, do it all. The more you can do, the more praise you get, especially women. I come from a society in South Africa where it's almost survival. You've got to be strong. You've got to be able to do it all. Because so historically, especially even contemporary in some societies, women have had it doubly hard. So we've really had to learn to carry everything. Okay, so with that praise and with that responsibility comes expectations, right? The more capable you are, the more people dump on you. It's like, oh, you know how to do this. There, you can do it. And then comes the real danger. We internalize that identity as the strong one, the one that always fixes other people's problems. And that is the real cost, the real invisible cost of being the strong one that us strong people don't even like to talk about. We really do ourselves in because we believe in earning our word. We believe in proving ourselves all the time. And again, folks, it's really not our fault here, especially women going again and other marginalized communities. Proving ourselves has had to be a survival mechanism, except now we've all internalized it. We've got our own yardsticks that we judge ourselves against. We wear what we call strength, doing it all, even if it's too heavy. We wear it as a badge of honor. So I don't know if I'd like to know if this resonates with anyone out there. So if it resonates with you, feel free to type in me or yes or love. Let's say conversation. Let's keep it real. All of that said, folks, what are we going to do? We have our plates full. Our plates are so full. And we don't like to ask for help. The personality types we are. We're called hyper independent. It's another term. That's a term. It's a clinical term for us. How do we get ourselves to a healthier place so that we're less overwhelmed and we're less tired? Hey, there's a lot of good advice out there that tell us, hey, you need to set boundaries. True. You need to have a self-care routine. Carve out time every day. You need to have more me time. You need to go hang out with your girlfriends or your friends. All of these are very helpful advice. I'm not taking it away from anybody. However, I'm going to tell you, I don't have a lot of time. I don't know about you. I don't have a lot of time to devote to self-care in ways that I ought to. But I do need help right now. So what do? I got something you might find useful, guys. What if I told you that there is a way to free yourself when being the strong one gets to be too heavy without having to add additional time to your already full plate? And one that you could actually apply in real time while you're having to make decisions every day about whether to take on another piece of responsibility or not. I've developed a framework, guys, that I call Pivot. I share this framework with leaders, teams, and stages around the world. It's a mind recalibration tool that you can apply to train your mind to get you unstuck in times of change and uncertainty. And pivot, P-I-V-O-T, is really an acronym. It stands for 5 friction points. That is areas in our thinking that where we tend to harbor most resistance to change. For example, P stands for pause. So whenever somebody comes up to you, they ask you to take on one more task, instead of defaulting to what you and I know, which is, oh yeah, of course I'll do it. Just pause. Just like that. Pause. You know, I used to work in a high pressure environment where great work was rewarded with more work. Anybody work in that environment? The better you do, the more work gets dumped on your desk. Anybody? Yep, it's very common. You're not alone. I remember one of the last times my then supervisor came up to me and said, Kutso, you just finished this task and you did such a fantastic job. I already was juggling 4 or 5 different accounts, different projects. I was like, hey, you are such a rock star at this. Why don't I just give you one more? You know, we need you. We need you. That whole we need you gets you. Because it makes you feel important, doesn't it? And guess what I did? I really wanted to say no because I knew my plate was full. And guess what I said? Yes, I'll do it. Ever done that? In hindsight, now I know I should have just paused, even bought myself time, a day or two, not just for 10 seconds, but hey, let me think about this. Let me get back to you. Gives me time to not only get out of my automatic loop, you know, my reflex to say yes, but it really gives me time to think of a, way to frame it. So it gives us, pausing gives us a break between trigger and action. Guys, I would like to know from you, why do you think so many of us tend to say yes, tend to agree to take on more, even when we know we really shouldn't? Because we are up till here. We are just replete. Our plates are overflowing. Why do you think we tend to say yes? What brings this all up? Anybody? Well, yeah, you're right. There's something to be said about ego and saving face. I'm the culprit. We are so tied to the identity of being the capable one, right? Yes, you're right. You're right, John. I'm looking at John here on Facebook. You're right. We are so married to the identity of being the strong one that not taking on more will make us look like we're failing. And Kristen raised a really important one because we know it'll get done correctly. We have very high standards. We don't like to delegate. If we do it, saves time and it'll get done properly. Properly. But then the problem with that approach is it wears us out because we end up doing it all, right? It's not just this one thing. We tend to do it, and we tend to do it at work and at home and in our communities, right? So our plates end up really overflowing because of that. And because our identities are so tied to how we navigate change, to how we live our lives, I, in the letter pivot, can help you with that. It's designed to help You work with your mind to get you unstuck around issues of identity. Folks, I mentioned at the beginning of our chat today that I would share with you a simple framework, a tool you can use in real time whenever the weight of being the strong one really feels very heavy. I call it the strong one reset. It's based on my pivot principle. So if you would like a copy, go right ahead and drop a reset, RESET, in the chat. Go right ahead and type RESET. And I'll DM you a copy when the segment ends. Commences, ends, right? Go right ahead and do that. And even if you watch this SA video later, still go ahead and drop the word reset in the chat, and I'll be able to follow up with you and share that with you. So I'm going to give you a minute to do just that. Yes, I see Kristen wants a copy. Apia wants a copy. Jason wants a copy from LinkedIn. Sarah wants a copy. Yep. That's fantastic. Thank you, folks. Thank you, folks. I'm hoping you'll find it helpful as it has helped me. Now, these are the themes that have emerged for me as I was doing research for my book. So right now, I'd just like to share a quick glimpse into that research journey for me for my book. So hold on.
I don't ask for help. I've got this.
I am a go-getter. I want it all.
I'm fiercely independent. I can do it all alone.
All right. Guys, this book is available globally in all formats. So if you want a copy, just Google No More Free Passes by Dr. Kutsumadubanya and it'll get to you. Now, we're wrapping things up here so I can let you get on with your day. Folks, many of us have been the strong one for everybody for so many years. And being strong doesn't have to mean carrying everything, especially not alone. And being strong doesn't have to involve self-punishment. It doesn't have to be self-punishing. Nobody's worth is in question here. Why are we doing this to ourselves? And you know what? Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is do less. Allow ourselves to pause more, to reflect more, and move forward with a little bit more self-trust. And most importantly, a lot more self-compassion. We don't do that often as strong personalities. Folks, if any of this conversation resonated with you, and if you found any of the themes relevant in the spaces where you work, or in spaces wherever you lead, or in the communities you build, I'd love to continue this conversation. Reach out to me on LinkedIn or other social media platforms. I'd love to stay in touch. Love to continue the dialogue. And folks, thank you for spending your time with me today. I'll hang out here for another minute. We still have another minute before it's time. So if folks have questions, I'm happy to answer them. There is Rebecca. She just sent in a reset. Yes, Rebecca, you will be getting your framework. I'll DM it to you. Kristen. Oh, I see we had quite a few people log in a little bit later, and that is perfectly fine. This is recorded, and we can always get back to it. All right. Thank you so much, Kristen. Thank you for coming up, for sharing your time with me. I greatly enjoyed the chat with everybody. Okay, I'm gonna let you go now. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.